Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. We're at Pittston Area Patriots practice this week. It's really the heat week. Coach Jim Norris joining us. And Coach, for you, let's talk a little bit about this group and getting guys to come out and work.
I think this group is really doing a great job in terms of separating themselves from past teams. There's a certain amount of intangibles that we're seeing from them in the locker room, off the field. That's really it's really encouraging, and not to mention they're doing a good job on the field. They've put a commitment in the locker room that we haven't seen in a really long time. I believe in terms of in the weight room, I should say, in the off season, and feel like they've prepared pretty well for the upcoming season, and we're looking forward to it.
So many times the emphasis is on wins and losses, and a lot of times, I think we all feel on the inside about being the best we could be, whether it's, yourself in your own life, your team, whatever you're at, your kids in your classroom. Talk a little bit about what this group needs to work on this year to kind of achieve their best.
Well, if there's anything I think they're really good at is that, we're coaching some really good character kids this year and a good character group. So those are the things that I think we have to worry the least about. From a standpoint, what we got to worry about, I think we're still learning how to be competitive. We're still learning that it's okay to compete and it's okay to win sometimes. We've obviously struggled with that in the last, not just 2 years, but the last 10 years at our school, and we're trying to improve in that area.
You talk about some of the leadership. We're going to talk with a couple of guys here right now coming up, but talk about the character that these two young men have and what they bring to the table for Pittston Area football.
Yeah, I think they're both guys that did everything they could do in the off season. They're both juniors. They're both underclassmen, Richie and Jake, and they're both guys that we found that I find anyway that I think they love the game. I think more importantly, they love being around each other. They're going to work hard for each other. They've had an incredible offseason. I think going the extra mile, not just doing what we have on the board or what's scheduled, but planning workouts outside of what we're doing, not making excuses when they have other sports to play, and just all around effort from the team that's been the case. Baseball guys, track guys, basketball guys, they're still here, they're still working out, and like I said, that's a change from what we've had in the past, and it's really, really encouraging.
Every year we talk about it, hey, AAA, Quad A, classifications change this year. Just so happens the classification you guys are in, everybody kind of thinks they're going to be pretty good this year.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a pretty interesting year. I think we'll have a little of that 5-5, 6-4 stuff.
Yeah, I think we're all going to beat each other up a little bit. I think that the league is a good league. I think in general it was a young league last year. So you have a lot of players that are going to be coming back as 2 or sometimes 3-year starters. You look at a lot of the rosters, and there's a lot of experience in the league. Crestwood, Coughlin, Berwick, Dallas's offensive line, and the list goes on and on. So yeah, I agree with you. The classification, from the 4A to from the 5A, or I'm sorry, the 3A to a 4A standpoint, it didn't change much for us. So our schedule changed a little bit, and we're looking forward to some of the new teams that we're playing. But there's not an easy game on the schedule. So it's going to be a competition, and our guys are trying to be 1-0 every week. That's it. Record aside, we're trying to be 1-0 every week.
All right, Coach, thanks so much.
Thanks, John.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Let's get over to Rich Wallace and Rich Jr. coming in this year. Talk about that work ethic that Coach mentioned, what you did all off season.
Well, we were basically working all day, every day, off season, because we're trying to strive to be the best from coming from that last season. So I think we're all just really trying to work really, really hard.
Tell us a little bit about some of the players on this year's team that you think are going to have a good season.
Well, Jake Rutkowski is going to have a big one during being the offensive guy. Then we have Kevin Krafchick being a wide receiver. He's going to be really, really good. Walter Coles, I think he's going to be more comfortable in the pocket, being a QB, and he's going to do really well. And I think there's a lot more coming.
Coach Norris's message. Talk a little bit about what he's tried to preach to you guys, whether it was in the offseason or now that kind of camps are starting here in northeastern Pennsylvania. What's his message been to you guys?
Just try your best, just keep working and working at it, and we'll get there eventually, and just finish the next play, finish out.
Be a finisher.
Yeah.
All right, well, we wish you well, Rich. Good luck. All right, let's move along to junior Jake Rutkowski. Jake, for you, let's talk about the offensive line this year. Who's on board up front, and who do you think is going to play well?
We're all looking really good. We're all just really grinding it out. We got a senior, Brandon Luck. We got Hoppy, he's coming back from last year. And then we have a couple of new guys, but they're willing to put in the work and willing to do what's necessary to be successful up front.
The competition is always stiff. What do you hope makes a difference this year? Was it a lot of that off-season workouts you guys had?
Yeah, it's a lot of that. We've been working hard. Some guys, a lot of us have been going 6 days a week. We just don't want to we're not trying to live up to reputation, and we're just competing every day, day in and day out. Seniors versus sophomores, juniors versus seniors, juniors versus sophomores. It's nonstop. We're just going to keep on going and going.
You talk about some of the skill guys that you've noticed step up, and then guys like Rich, who we just talked to. Tell us a little about what you're expecting there.
I'm expecting a lot out of Richie. He's very vocal at practice. He's always giving his best. He always puts his best foot forward. He's always finishing. And then we have Kevin Krafjack. He's been working really hard this offseason. Even during baseball season, he's just been working extremely hard. Jeremy Shaughnessy's been working hard a lot lately. So a lot of the guys, I'm expecting a lot out of them.
How does that translate, so you hope, into wins? When you guys talk, hey, we're working hard, blah, blah, blah. Is it going to take a little momentum? Hey, we got to get one win. Or we got to get, as soon as you get a win, to try to build on that?
Yeah, it's going to be hard. We need to get that first win because a lot of the guys, I think, kind of are used to losing, kind of. So we kind of need to get that first win and then we need to expect to win every week, and nobody's an easy win or a hard game. Everybody's just going to come out and give them their best.
We're thinking it could be a year of a lot of parity this year. We'll find out when those district playoffs come about. Jake Rutkowski, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Pittston Area Patriots football here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.